we go. Fix the camera. Hello, hello, happy Friday. The Friday before snow, possibly, maybe. We'll see. A few different things I'm considering working on. Six. Oh, I got something very special for that then.
Doopster? Doopster?
There we go. It's so just really weird. We're in a timeline where Simple Flips said Doopster.
Doopster?
And I think that's beautiful. Okay. So I've done a little bit of pause menu work, a little bit of drawing, and I did end up finishing the matching special move. So that is now, if we just go to a place. Now this, I changed it from a figure 8 specifically to make it easier to control. Formerly, it was like, left would go forward and right would go backwards, and that was it. Oh, getting some issues I see with blur. That's noteworthy. But now it actually goes in the direction you're pointing. Look at that. Why is the camera blur turned on right now? Because I turned it on earlier. That's why. That's easy to fix. Boom. Done. Also, I fixed a bug I didn't even realize was present, which was when you have multiple status effects, there is a hierarchy as to which, like, the draw effects. Like, poison turns him green, stop freezes him in a certain pose, and, like, sleep has a different pose. And they all take priority over one another. So, poison's green is fine because nothing else changes the color of a sprite. But poison and stop both have different animations that they're supposed to play. Stop takes priority. Stop is better than poison. Basically, the problem was there was a bug wherein the priorities were fine. The problem was that the engine was always only ever taking the status effect draw type of the first status effect in the internal list of all status effects, which for all intents and purposes was always poison. Poison was just always the only one that was ever drawing. So if you had poison and stop, he would not be stopped, and that was a problem. Okay, so there we go. So the matching minigame I think is pretty good. It is intended to be more powerful for bosses because it actually spreads the effects out randomly. So it doesn't just completely destroy everything. If you had a big crowd of enemies, it's going to give it's going to deal out the status effects kind of randomly. Hey, J-Loops, welcome in. Good seeing ya. So yeah, that's the idea with multiple status effects. And I think the current difficulty and timing is fine. I may tweak it a bit to balance it, but for now, if I were playing this game as it is now, whenever I use that move, I would definitely 100% be prioritizing stop. So I would be watching stop only and then picking up some bonus status effects if I could. How much of these programming streams contain spoilers for the game? More and more, unfortunately. No plot-related stuff, but like enemies and fights and mini games and things that might be surprising. There are pigs in the game, it's true. This fox is not. Oh. Hold on. I gotta take this. I'll be right back. It's not bedtime yet, but I'm needed for something vague. I don't. Doing any kind of commentary. Who knows? Oh my gosh, we did it. There you go.
This is just...
It's fun.
It is. This is too much fun.
Hey, what level are you at? Experience-wise.
I don't know. How do I know?
Oh, like it's down in the bottom, above your inventory.
I don't have any.
Oh, okay. Just
I
checking.
recently died.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Ah!
We're all good. I'm so back. Yeah. Okay. So status effects are working when they stack correctly. So the new move is good now. Additional stuff. I'm slowly working on the pause menu stuff. We've been missing a few things in the pause menu. You may recall that in the demo, like, all this is like grayed out because it doesn't exist yet. I'm starting to add more things. So this is still here. Now we have module list, which shows you the list of all modules in the game, but only shows you the ones that you currently own. And I may need to tweak this if we decide to allow selling modules. Currently, you can't sell modules. But yeah, that's the idea, is that it's just going to show a list of... So you can get an idea when you start the game and you get your first module. Kind of want to play the game blind when it's done. I get it. I would too. Did you ever play any of the old Paper Mario games? Anyway, still want to do recipes. Map, we're going to do that pretty late. We're going to do map very late. Side quest, that may get replaced. Oh, perfect. It's a demo. There is a demo, but the demo doesn't include any of these pause options here except for enemy scans because they don't exist yet, so I haven't made them yet. Yeah, map. I may do a kind of an early version of a map just so we can get the code in place and then replace it with something more final when we actually have all the areas built and connected and I know how they are geographically relative to one another. Oh, soundtrack. The soundtrack minigame system. It's going to be kind of like an overarching quest. I like when games use their assets as a quest in a way. Formal play. Let's see. So, if you have like specific bug reports or anything, I'd be happy to take those on Steam or even in Twitch chat. Discord is great. I think there's an email address somewhere on the official website. Just general gameplay feedback. I don't have an official place. Let me rephrase. I don't have a single consolidated place. If that makes any sense. Because people will leave reviews on Steam. I've got like a handful of those. But mostly that's very generic, like, I liked this, I'm looking forward to playing it kind of stuff. Hey, Day. I haven't bothered, like, getting... I know there's platforms for that kind of stuff, for, like, bug report stuff. And I'm sure that there are some that would even be available for free with some kind of general ad-supported such and such. You know how it usually goes. You know what? I get you, Loops. I want to brag on myself. I played Hollow Knight like 5 years after it came out, and saw tons of people saying you gotta play. Everybody, oh, you gotta play Hollow Knight. Oh, Hollow Knight, yeah, that's a good game. Yeah, you should play Hollow Knight. Yeah, oh yeah, I loved Hollow Knight. And somehow I went 5 years without knowing anything about it, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And then I did it, and somehow I made it that entire time, no spoilers at all. I don't know if that's possible these days, because Hollow Knight was indie big, but now it's like almost mainstream. So I don't think it would have been possible in the modern world that we live in. But yeah, if you want to leave just general feedback, I hate Discord as a platform. I hate that it has replaced forums, indexable web forums that can be searched via third-party services like Google. Something was lost there. It's like us. What do I hate about it? It's like a second internet. It's its own little thing, and it's cordoned off. And if back in the day, it was like, oh yeah, go to this message board, and then you could just view it. You don't even have to make an account to view it, and then you could just make a quick account, leave, and never come back. But now with Discord, everybody's got their Discord server, and you can't even look at it without joining the server and sending a big notification to everyone like, oh, I just joined the server. It's like, I just wanted to look. I've got a burner account for Discord specifically for those things where it's like, oh, we don't have a website, but you can download it from our Discord. I'm like, oh gosh. Forums were so simple. They were. Reddit was fine, I guess. Very bad categorization and awful searching. But it was fine in that you had these sort of self-directed communities. That was actually pretty good. But yeah, Discord is a terrible replacement that it's getting very popular for projects to use Discord as their main way of communicating with people about the project. And like, oh, you want to check out this software we're working on? All of the information's in the Discord. Well, now I don't want to. Anyway, no, I don't mind if you've just got like... I know that Twitch is not a super great platform for that because of limited message length. And it keeps scrolling, especially when things get hopping in here. But they don't get hopping too often, for what it's worth. man. Set up a simple forum. No. Discord has this great advantage of being extremely. Oh, geez, this is the weird juxtaposition. It's very accessible if you're already there, and it's very easy to manage if you're already there. But it's such a barrier. It's such a ledge to get up if you're not already there. I am rambling so much, but no, I don't want to have to deal with setting up forums. That is such a pain. Steam gives you forums. Discord gives you, channels, and you can set up threads. And I know that's a weird analog, and it's not one-to-one, but Steam does actually give you, for free, a platform for people to discuss your game. Maybe I should just set that up. And then another thing, you do the Steam thing, and now it's like, I wanted to leave feedback, but I don't want people to link my Steam profile to my Twitch profile. And now that I've just been asking about it in Twitch, I don't want people to jump to the conclusion that the next person who leaves feedback on Steam is me. I've had that before. Let's see. How would we get to? Hang on. Let me. Steam community, right? Let's see here. Discussions. Yeah. There's like I haven't set up categories. But this is the discussions page on Steam, which is pretty decent. There is Discord, but I've made my thoughts pretty clear on that. Discord is good for what it is, and it's bad overall for being a dedicated forum for a project. I think it's really important that I think what Discord has done to projects, for self-organizing projects on the web, is bad. I don't know what the fix is, but it sucks that, because on one hand, making it so that the information is not accessible without using an account is good, because that can help Discord and individual communities manage bad actors. Because, scraping is a problem. That's a lot of data, and I'm sure Discord doesn't want a lot of data being available just to the open internet. They want to have some kind of barrier of entry. Jeez. I think it's bedtime. Okay, it's bedtime. I will be back in a bit. Yeah. I meant down. I'm gonna run clips and ads so we can get those out of the way. Oh.
I would like to spin again.
What's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing either. He's heading towards another bankrupt.
Yeah. Yes! Yes! I'm gonna solve the puzzle!
All right, go ahead.
It's like you don't even want a gift!
He could have had first place. What did he do?
All right, that was dumb. Just lick it. Just plunk it. I'm scared. Oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, oh, hey, oh. Okay, okay. Whoa, hey, buddy. Whoa, hey, oh. All right. That was a good dodge right there at the end, wasn't it? No, we're good. We're good. Look at this. Look at this. We are in great shape, guys. Look, we're back. We're all good. We've got tons. I forgot about something.
I don't know how that creeper followed me.
And we're back, unless you're in ads, and I'm sorry if you're in ads. I won't do anything too important. This is a little bonus for all the people that aren't stuck in ads right now. Whoa, bonus content. Wow. Aren't you glad you paid $5? How much is it? How much is it sell? Is it 6, 7? Aha. Okay. We need to decide on what system we're working on tonight. Poll? Should we poll for it? Poll for tonight's task. Hmm? Oh. Huh? Oh, it did the thing. Just... Oh, it was weird. Let's see here. Main tasks. So, first thing we could do is fast travel. I want to have a system for fast travel around different areas. I want to introduce it in Chapter 1. Just haven't gotten that far yet. I think it would let me stretch Chapter 1 a little bit longer if we do, which would be nice. Number 2, recipes list. There in the pause menu, the list of all recipes in the game that you can just peruse, similar to how this is going to work, of just like, here's the thing, and here, oh, what's this one? Ooh, I don't know. And then you go to it, and it shows you, like, this plus this, and what the item is, and I don't know what else. But that might be enough. Third thing, we could work on more enemies for the desert zone. Or we can work on starting the minecart minigame, which is going to be the Chapter 3 thing. There we go. We'll leave that running. I don't know if anybody's even going to have any opinions at all, and that's okay. I think it's anonymous, but I don't know. But yeah, we've got lots of different things we can work on. I'm trying to think through how long Chapter 2, the bulk of Chapter 2 took. Chapter 2, I don't consider Chapter 2 fully done at this point. I feel like there's a lot of polish it needs in various places. Chapter 1 was pretty well polished because it had to be for the demo to be available. I'd like to get Chapter 3 at least up to the point of Chapter 2, polish-wise, by the end of March. And that might be doable. But also, I've got all these other side things that aren't related to Chapter 3 that need to be done. This room is pretty much good. What about... No, that's that button. Okay, there's a problem in that I am... Oh, see, this could be like a hot swap button for partners. Since that's like the bumper button, I guess. Can we do that real quick to have a really quick and dirty can pause? There's gotta be like a can pause function, right? Okay, how about just pause as the pause menu, handle pause. Okay, so this is where you can't pause. I would love to have this available. There we go. It's a tie. All right, I'm just going to pick stuff. I didn't think anybody would have any strong opinions, to be fair. Let's start with this. I would love a quick switch key to switch between partners. And I kind of want to have the same rules as whether or not you can pause. If you can pause, I think you should be also able to swap partners. So let's do this. Can't pause reason. This is dumb. This is a dumb way to do this. Like, really, it should just be like a can pause, but then it's fine. It's fine. Actually, let's do it this way. Here's a better way. This is fine. Get can pause. Return false for all these. And if none of these come back false, then return true. Simple little function there. If you try to pause, if you can't pause, return. Easy. Okay, now C button is, I think, default for cycle left, cycle right. Okay. Which is meant for the pause menu. It's meant to be the left and right triggers, or bumpers, I guess. So we're gonna do something similar to that for the partner. Is there like a partner? There's a partner menu, but that's not really what we want. I guess what we want is, I guess it's gonna be on the player class. So we're gonna say, hello Liari, welcome in. Times crossword author Liari? I know it's not related, but I always did a, why am I blurry? I always did a lot of New York Times crossword, Will Shortz. Why am I blurry? Hold on. Let me mess with something here. Blurry Dobbs? Configure video, camera control, focus. I'm taking manual control. Maybe I should just leave it on. I feel like the autofocus. Well, though, sometimes I need to zoom on something closer, right? This is for zooming on closer things, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Hang on. What is it focusing on? Focusing on. Okay, right now it's focusing very close. Okay, so if I had to show something to the camera or something, I could change my. See, it would be kind of nice to just have a hotkey for changing the focus between as far back as possible versus as close as possible. Because sometimes I want to show up something like right up in front of the camera, like a Pokemon card. I don't really show off Pokemon cards very often, but you can imagine. Anyway, that's what I have to say about that. Right. We want to have an input check, right? Action pressed. So we're gonna say if you press cycle right and you're on the ground, and you can pause. Then we're gonna toggle partner. How do we swap partner? Is that? That's battle related. Here we go. This right here. Player manager. Oh, it's in the player. Oh, look at that. It's in the player manager. Has a swap partner. That's this code right here. There it is. So we pass in the new partner type. Ooh, the type. Not the index. The actual type. Which is enemy directory dot partners dot and then an index. So like this would be cat. So let's bring the game back up and then let's just tap C and see what happens. There we go, and then cat appears. That was very, very abrupt. We may change that to be a little bit smoother at some point, but that's pretty nice. And then you can't do it then. Okay. So how do we choose who the next partner is? We need to use Game Manager. Stats, current partner index. Ooh, current partner index. And then you want to find the next unlocked partner. Because we want to allow for the possibility, I don't know how this would happen, maybe randomizer or something, or the roguelike system we were talking about as a side mode of play. We would like for the game to allow for partners to be unlocked in the wrong order. So current partner index, we're gonna say unlocked partner list is game manager dot stats dot partners, unlocked partners. So this is an array. Unlocked partners, yeah, array of 0, 1, 2, something like this. Current unlock index. So this is the index into the array of indices is unlock partner list dot find current partner index. If current unlock index is greater than -1. If it's -1, that means the current partner that we have is not actually a unlocked partner. In that case, don't proceed. Something is really messed up. Somehow you have a partner that you don't have. Don't know how that could happen, but let's say that happens. Current unlock index, we're gonna add 1 to that. We're gonna say new unlock index is going to be Posmod unlock index +1 across unlock partner index.size. So this way, if we're on the first element, we want to grab the second element. If we're on the second element, we'll grab the third. If we're on the third, we'll loop back around to the first, or however many there are. And that should give us the partner we want to swap with. If there's one other caveat, if new unlock index, actually easy way to check for this, and we need to have more than one partner to use this feature. If we only have one partner, there's no point. New unlock index. And now we can get new partner index, which is unlock number whatever, and then grab that partner. Okay. That was more trouble than it's worth for our current setup, but it should future-proof us. Uh-oh, we're stuck on Cat. I can't get Leon. Give me Leon. Leon? 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 Why aren't we going Leon? Let's print some things here. Print the unlock partner list. So that should be 012. 012, as expected. Current unlock index should be 0. It's 2. Current unlock index is 2. What's our current partner index? What does swap partner do? Doesn't that set? It doesn't set? It doesn't set. Ah. Okay. Okay, move that out of here. Put that function here. Enemy directory. Oops. Enemy directory dot partners. Don't ask why the partners are in the enemy directory. Find new partner type. Okay, does that do it? There we go. Yay. Oh, that's super nice quality of life. Because then you can just like... What was that? Sorry, what was that part? What was that about? I'm a robot, eh? I'm a robot. So it went really weird there. It's still really weird. Oh, good. This is good. This is what I like to see. Leon, with your massive boxing glove. There, Leon. How do you type with your big boxing gloves on? Okay, what is going on here? Why is his tongue stuck out? Is this frame rate based? Because I did mess with... Okay, hang on. Let me change to... Disable... Oh man, what if that's VSync based? It's not happening. now it is. Uh-oh. It is a problem with that. That's super weird. Okay, and so now, only after doing that, this happens. And then, yep, that, all right, cool, cool. What up? It's fine, actually. Actually, I can't hit the gear because I'm too tall now. Okay, there are some issues pertaining to different frame rates, so that's a fun little surprise. We'll put that on the to-do list. That should not be on the favorites. Okay. Great. Perfect, yeah. All right, now what do we work on? What were the things that I had on the list? Let's do recipes. Let's do recipes. It's a thing that's got to be done at some point. It doesn't get us closer on chapter 3, but it gets us closer on game done, which is good. And it's a nice freebie because it actually is allowed in the demo. So if, you know, at some point we're gonna do another release of the demo, I'm sure, for a bug fix or something, and having more features is not bad. So this is gonna be in the databank panel. I moved it out to its own block of code. So we got our module log, we got our scan log code here. So next up, recipes log. It's gonna have a menu. It does not need this mess here, but it will need the 1 or 2 items that create it. So actually, let's leave this, get rid of this grid container, and move this kind of here to have the item or items that combine to make it, right? Do we need to include the text of the items? I don't know. Texture rect, icons, except I need this to be region. Oh, you can't do it. You gotta do an atlas texture, don't you? Icons. Now you can do a region and say like, oh yeah, first ingredient is a strawberry. Yummy, yummy. So it's gonna be bat plus blap. What are the items names? Do they get stupid long here? What's the longest item name? Dragon glaze, apple preserves, dragon marmalade. I mean, that's not going to be an ingredient, but we need to be ready for that. Copy this. Dragon Marmalade. Paste it in here. Mess with the font size. Why is it auto wrap already? Okay, there we go. Like, see, that's gonna be...
It's time to program the next Paper Robot partner character. First, we'll decide what animal they will be, then, pick an appropriate power for that animal. Finally, we spin this wheel of Star Fox 64 character names to name them.
You're just jealous of my new original character, Wolf. Hello, GQ. This is not Dragon Marmalade. The text will have to be pretty small. Can't let you do that, Star Fox. That's not what he sounds like. That's not what he sounds like at all, right? Strawberry. Yeah, that was more. That's more what Leon sounded like, right? He had that sort of vocal effect. Very good, GQ. Congratulations. Cut to stock footage of applause. Everyone's proud of you. Hang on. Let's see here. Here we go, GQ. This is for you. This one's for you, GQ. GQ, we're all proud of you. You did it. You did it. Oh, yeah, GQ. All right, there we go. Great. That one too. Nothing interesting has happened except for what happened like 10 seconds ago. All right. Yeah, I want the ingredients list to be pretty small, right? So I think what we're gonna do is make it like vertically stacked. So it's gonna be like, this is a strawberry. Wow. You don't say. Ingredient. And then ingredient 2 is also a strawberry. Haha, you thought. Like this. So it'll have the list of ingredients below the item and its description. Maybe. That seems doable, right? That's fine. This just feels... Surely there's a better way to do this, though. Hang on. Surely there's a better way. There has to be a better way. Do it like this. And then we right justify this one. Oh, but then that happens, you see. So we have to do like a minimum size. 400. Also smaller text overall. Say just a little bit smaller. Okay, and then we'll take this ingredient. We should do like this. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, you know what? Delete this entirely. Duplicate. Ingredient. Now we bring it over here. Yeah. And the label gets moved up to here. There we go. So they kind of overlap a bit. This one is left justified, and the layout should actually be more like 300. 200. 300? Huh. That's the minimum size. Okay, I guess it's fine. And then this can have a plus. So what we'll do is we'll have a plus here. Plus. Represented by plus. Just like that. Except it belongs under the ingredient 2, so that we can, when there's only one ingredient, it looks like this. When there's 2 ingredients, it looks like that. So then we also need ingredients. Oh, I can't move that because it's, yeah. All right, I'm breaking out. Node 2D. Haha. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Center that? Sure. There we go. How do we like that? I think it looks great. This is not going to say enemy data by default. It's going to say recipe data by default. It shouldn't say anything other than the actual recipe. How is, with all of the cat-less that's been called on Strawberry Jam maps, how is it still even possible to come up? Okay, then the actual recipes. 5 column. That seems good enough for me. Let's build out the script for this databank. For this, we need bunch of log. We need the panel recipe log. Then we need the menu, the label. And then we'll see about the rest in a bit. The actual, like, ingredient stuff. Maybe I'll get those on the fly. I don't know. It's getting a little bit crowded up here with the on-readies. This seems like a lot of data to store. Yay, Bomberman 64! Oh, one of the songs that was in one of the hacks Germdub was doing. I recognized that it was from Bomberman 64, The Second Attack. One of the all-time greats on the N64. Yeah. Let's take a listen. Planet Starlight, that was the one. There we go. the baseline. Maybe this wasn't the one that was playing, but man, what a bomb. This is a... So, they do kind of a elemental thing with the bombs in Second Attack. The default bomb is rethemed to be called the Fire Bomb, and Bomberman can use it because of the fire crystal that he has. And then you go to different planets that are themed around different elements and get the magical gemstone from those planets so that you can use that type of bomb. That's not really why you're going to the different planets, but that kind of is a thing that happens along the way. And it does it in a sort of like Zelda dungeon style kind of thing, of like halfway through the planet, you get a new ability, use that ability to get to new areas in that dungeon. So you get an ice bomb at the water planet. You get a wind bomb in the sky planet. And then you get the electric bomb at this planet. This is a casino planet. It's like all like bright neon lights and nightlife stuff. And so there's a lot of things that are powered by electricity. You get the electric bomb there. Then the different bombs actually have different use cases, not just for their puzzle stuff, that make them actually viable in different ways. Like the ice bomb freezes enemies, and it also has a radial explosion. He was rejected. What are you? The wind bomb is interesting because it does no damage, but it pushes things, and it pushes them until they hit a wall. And there's some really interesting puzzles with that. It's kind of like a reverse hook shot. Instead of grabbing onto a wall, you push yourself towards walls. Really cool stuff. Electric bomb isn't particularly interesting. It's very lock and key of like, well, now that you have the electric bomb, you can destroy these pylons that we specifically placed to make sure you couldn't get past them without the electric bomb. It's like, one of those kind of items. Earth Bomb is fun because it's the nature planet that you get the Earth Bomb, which is like just this magma bomb kind of thing. But the nature planet, when you get there, it's all mechanical. It's a big factory because the bad guys of the anyway. I think it's a great game. And you have 2 optional planets. You get the light bomb at the amusement park planet, which I really enjoyed that one. The light bomb stops time temporarily. And then the prison no, not the prison planet. What is it? It's just like the back alley planet. I don't know what it's supposed to be. You get the shadow bomb, which is a black hole, which is extremely powerful. But it also sucks up the enemy drops that you would normally get, so you don't get money from killing things with that overpowered bomb. So it feels a little balanced. It was good. It was good. And then there's a whole cast of villains. You gotta keep up with so many people. There's like 7 different knights that guard each of the bomb types, but then also there's like the leader of them, and then they all have their own little backstories going on. And then one of them's like, oh, is he a double crosser? Oh, I don't know. And then you've got the space pirate Lilith, who's following you around. She's helping you out, but she might have a mysterious past also. And Pommy is there, and everyone loves Pommy. GQ especially loves Pommy. Thank you for listening to me talk about Bomberman 64: The Second Attack. I had to get that out of my system. Right. Module menu. Recipe menu. He does have Robert Goblin in. He is a little goblin. He's a little troublemaker. He's like, oh, Pommy, it's me. I'm Pommy, so cute. Hello, I'm Pommy. My name's Pommy. I'm so cute. Don't you love me? And then he's like, let's do arson. You're like, sorry, what was that, Pommy? I love you. Oh, okay. But no, the other thing. Feed me food. Okay. He's a little agent of chaos. We should have, let's see here. Subpage list. We're gonna try and keep this a little bit better organized, more extensible. Scan log, module log, recipe log. I'm the Pommy, gotta love me. And the menus, sub-menu list. These. So there we go, menu, done, easy. Cancel callback. Subpage for page in subpage list. Page visible. And then lock the menu you were on. Mop. It's true. You figured it out. She's Pommy. What was the point of Pommy from a gameplay perspective? Okay, it was because they needed somebody to talk. The thing is, they wrote dialogue for Bomberman. In all the cutscenes where someone is responding to Bomberman, like, emoting, you know, Bomberman's the silent protagonist, but he still, like, he, like, makes a weird little noise or something. And then someone will respond to him as though he said words. Like, oh, strike a pose. What's that, Bomberman? You say you're gonna take him out? Okay. That kind of thing. So they needed somebody to talk. But after the credits roll, and I don't know if this is only if you get true ending or not, but during the credits roll, it goes back and shows you those cinematics again, but this time it shows what Bomberman said. I don't know why. It feels weird, but okay. It's just confirmation, like, no, he said something. Here's what he said, let me tell you. Scan log, scan menu, yep. And then on 2, it's gonna be recipe log and recipe menu gets toggled. Cool, okay, so I think that takes care of that. Next we need to set up recipe log. So this is going to be in the item directory. Dot 1 item recipes, but also 2 item recipes. Oh, this is going to be tricky, isn't it? So in item directory, we're going to have to start tracking which things get cooked so that we can, like, conceal them or show them. So it shows item 1, and then the item you cook and the results. So this is the thing we're interested in, is the results. Also, I think we need to establish a rule that there's no 2 ways to get any item, perhaps. All items can only be achieved in 1 way. The number supposed to be? We're not using that, right? Let's see here. Result item. I wish I had the JavaScript spread operator in here. I feel like that would be useful for me. Let's just do this. All recipes is a list, and then all recipes dot append array, 1 item recipes, and 2 item recipes. I keep those in separate lists with good reason. Okay, so now we've got our list of all recipes. Result item is the recipe has a .result property. That's the item you get. So that's the result item key? No, it's not a key, is it? It's the actual... That gives us the actual item. So... The icon... I think I want to show the icon for all of these, maybe initially. So the item dot icon index. But then like do a modulate if it's not revealed. You know, do a hidden character kind of thing here. Okay. Where is this adding? Not in the module menu. Add it to the recipe menu. All right, let's try that to start with. Let's see if that just gives us a list of recipes shown. Doesn't have to do anything yet. Oh, and it fails. Why is that? Submenu list. Oh, there's a null in there. Recipe menu came back null. Recipe menu came back null. Recipes log. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Okay, there we go. That's where they get ya. Oh yeah, I can't access that yet. We need to change that around. Databank allow up to number 2 now. And we fail here. Can select current select index 0. What are the items in the item container? Would love to see the item container, please. I would like to see the item container. Scrolling, looking. Recipes log, combat menu. Did nothing get added to it? Is that the problem? Let's double check that. Oh, we didn't set it up. Setup recipe log is set up as a function, but has not actually been called yet. There it is. Okay. Step at a time. Pause. Look at that! Okay. Okay. That's a good start. That looks great. That looks great. I love this. That looks so good. All these different recipes. In chapter 1, 2 of these are available, I guess. And also mistake. I guess I need to append mistake to the end of it, don't I? Don't know how to do that exactly. Because then that breaks this about ingredients. We'll figure something out. Why is it that these are showing up as gray on the list of items? Available item count. That's not it, is it? Options. Options. Where am I setting up that it's not available or is available? Is that on the pause menu? No. Why would that be the case? It's right there. No? Okay. Databank. It's like a color change for some reason. That feels like it's on ready that we're doing that. Doing a oh here it is. Okay, well, it's fine. We'll come up with a better I already need to get a better one of these. So let's make a is index selectable. Now is the time. Now is the time. And it passes in an index. And we return index is less than or equal to 2. And now we alter this function to accept that. And also now we alter this function to say if it's not selectable, then change it, gray it out. Okay, that's done. Next up, let's actually process the recipe tab. So we do a handle. I'm going to do this a similar way to handle module tab. Handle recipes tab. We need to have a selected recipe index that gets managed by this. This keeps track of what we've changed when we're toggling around to the different boxes. Selected recipe index. All right. Here we go. Don't want any of this mess, obviously. Okay. We're gonna do result item. Okay, so first off, we need to do something similar to what we did in the setup for that tab, which is get our list of all recipes in the same way. So possibly let's consolidate that, because if that changes, get all recipes. If this function changes, I don't want to have to remember to change it in 2 places. There we go. All recipes. Now we can get the recipe is all recipes sub index, and presence or absence of item 2 in the properties for this recipe will indicate whether it's a 1-item recipe or a 2-item recipe. For now, let's just deal with the text. Result item is recipe.result, right? It sure is. The text is going to be result item.name, result item.description, and that's all we need. And then recipe label. Do we have a recipe label? We do. Get rid of all these. Okay. Otherwise, undiscovered. All right, so that should give us a nice basic functionality. It doesn't give us the recipe list yet. Honey candy. Good. Honeyberry. Undiscovered. Honeyberry. That looks pretty good to me. All right. We're on the right track. This is great. Next up, let's mess with the ingredient stuff. Okay. Actually, I want to mess with some other stuff in this, nesting wise. Ingredients. I want that to be moved into ingredient 1 so that we can toggle this. So we can just, there's one ingredient, there's no ingredients, just like that. That's the container. And now we can say, I guess this always needs to be available. Actually, that can be just the default behavior, can't it? Just always go ahead and hide these. But then if item 1 in recipe, then ingredient 1 dot visible equals true. That is the name of the properties, right? Yeah, item 1, item 2. There we go. In addition to that, we can actually name it. So there's our label. Recipe.item1.name. That's easy. Do the same thing down here for ingredient 2. And then not just the name, but we also need to set up the texture region rect. ing1 text. ing1 sprite. And then ingredient 2 sprite. Dot texture dot. Okay, what is this? Give me documentation here. Texture. Which in turn has a region rect, I hope. What does this inherit? Maybe? Nope. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's an atlas texture, isn't it? Yeah. Which has. Oh boy. All right. How do we get this? Has a dot region. So texture dot region. Utility dot get icon rect for index recipe dot item 1 dot icon index. Okay, do the same thing for here for item 2. Is this enough? Did we do it? Did we already do it? Ah, good old spore shroom. Let's take a look and see if that... Okay, that's a good start. Ooh, not quite. Ah, I see. They are sharing the same atlas texture, because I did copy paste them. All we need to do is make unique. That should do it. Because right now, if you set one, you're setting both of them, because they're sharing the resource. Hey, there we go. There it is. Pow. Easy. What was that? Did it do something about an ad? Did we jump into it? What was it? There was a pop-up, and I missed it. Hopefully it wasn't important. Reroll on? Oh, no, we can't do that. Okay, hang on, I gotta run it in 3 minutes ads. Dang it. So if you run 3 minutes early... Yeah, I don't understand how that happens. Okay, 3 minutes of ads, I'll run clips, and then we'll get back to it. Get up, stretch, get a drink, get a snack. Alright, there we go. Pre-rolls. Ugh. Clips. See you in a bit. You guys get back on board. I want everyone back on base as quickly as possible. Return. This is it. Fire everything at the enemy shields. We did it! Woo. Come on, give me that, give me that. I need that call. Oh, jeez. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh. That's it. That's it. 32 heat. Oh. Oh. It's a holographic circle bird. There he is. You see here it says he can tickle and lifage. Oh, that's fancy.
It's a tickling circle bird.
French.
He must be a French bird.
French tickler.
That one water wheel is enough to run this at decent speed. We did it! I hate my sand. That jerk. Okay, that's super cool, though. Jump in. Ow, ow, oh, oh! Well, I may have just lost a lot of items. I see it now, I see it. Little Sparky. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's a really good section. Nice. That was good. Oh, that ending is fantastic. Oh, man. Okay. We're back. We're back. Pre-rolls are off. Okay. Okay, I see, I see. I see. So running the ad pushes back the automatic ad schedule, but it doesn't push back pre-rolls. So running the ads early, maybe not worth it. Maybe not worth it. Because it messes with the scheduler, which does it for me. Just gives me more to think about. Okay, this is good. This is really good. This is working. The last piece of this is keeping track of which ones have been discovered, which recipes have been discovered. Yeah, I don't think Twitch would let you do that. Pretty much ever. I'm gonna make sure to turn on the. I've never used the discount thing, but I'm gonna try to remember to turn it on for the bonus stream on Thursday. For the anniversary. What we need is. Well, that's where BTTV comes in, right? Or something, I don't know. Hey! Photon, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How was stream? Making good progress. It's that guy! I'm adding I'm finally filling out some of these pause menu items that I never got around to doing. So you can see like the list of all things. And mostly, I didn't want that to be available in the demo initially, because if you pulled that up, you'd just see a whole. You'd of course see nothing except you would see how many spaces there were, and there weren't an impressive number when the game went into demo. It's getting better, but it's still got a long way to go. Player preferences stuff set up properly. That's good. Yeah, we're just working on the little pause menu stuff. Mostly putting off doing Chapter 3 stuff because it's daunting. Like this is fun. This is fun right here. Now these aren't gonna appear until you've actually cooked them. Yay, UI! I can't think of a single case, like any platform, any engine, where building out UI felt good and intuitive. It's just, you're either going to wind up with a UI that everything built in that platform looks the same or is extremely simple, or it can do everything, but it's unintuitive or just janky in general. Mac, thank you for gifting Epic a tier 1 gift sub. Ba-ba-da-da. No, get a refund. I'll turn on the discount. The gift of pigs. Pigs for all. I'll turn on the discount for Thursday's bonus stream. I gotta remember, that's the affiliate anniversary. Which I feel like a stream, like first stream anniversary is more interesting of a celebratable. But it's fine. I don't actually know when that would have been. Ages ago. Okay. How do we determine? How do we determine which items have been cooked? We're gonna do it in the same way we keep track of which enemies have been scanned. Boom. Recipes. What am I hearing? So she is. That's her, all right. It's like, what is that noise? It's Posey. It's something like that. Okay, cooking. When you cook an item. Right here. We're gonna add this. If it's not already in there. If it doesn't have it, add it. Boom, done. Pungent Posey. That's what they call her. Okay, so getting the final item does not get it added to your recipe list. It's cooking the item. So if you just happened upon a finished cooked item, that will not give you the recipe. So now in Databank, when we're trying to determine if it is what's this? What? Right? Oh, it's in the setup, isn't it? Yeah, revealed. If it has result item dot key? Item dot key? Yeah. What's number for? Pointless number. Get rid of it. Or if we have our special recipes that has all. I can turn on all. That seems less useful, but whatever. That's just for debugging. Okay, that should do it. Let's go to Birdtown to do some cooking. Because it's got an easily accessible cooking place, so we can test this. This is not Birdtown at all. Try again. I had the game running, so when you press F6, it restarts the same scene you were on. Oops. Grinding on rails. Okay, so before we cook, check our pause menu. Check our recipes. Nothing up my sleeve. Oh, right. Okay, hang on. We gotta leave here. Warp to Frogtown. Shoot, I'm not gonna have the blender, am I? Oh, thanks, DevDad. Go fast forward mode. Yeah, he doesn't have the blender. Okay, we need to start from a real save. It's coming along. It's made some decent progress, I gotta say. This one. Ah, perfect. Okay, so check. Oh. Right. Because if you load up an old save, that property doesn't exist. So we need to do get recipes with a default value of empty string. Haha. Oh, see, that's going to be the really scary thing when the game is actually live, isn't it? Is, oh, you know, this feature, oops, it doesn't work. All right. Now that I think about it, we could have done Bird Town, because I can just give myself the quest item with the debug menu. Okay, so check our pause menu. Recipes, all right. Everything is locked, undiscovered recipes. Mix up, oh, I don't have, oh, shoot, hang on, gotta go to the shop. No, wait, no, I don't. Give my, oh. What is this? What did this break? Ah, that, again, old save. Get gear track or 0. Man. Oops, I'm in the pause. I just went into the pause menu. All right, this time for sure. Fast forward. Give myself a strawberry. Okay, I now possess a strawberry. All right, cook the strawberry. It breaks. Game manager stats.recipes. Ah, how do we do this on a... There needs to be a better way to handle this, right? Currently, I'm deserializing the JSON, and that's occasionally winding up with a case where a property just doesn't exist. Let's see if we can fix that so that we don't have to like handle all this weird stuff. We want to be able to pull default values from the game manager stats, from the base stats system. So when we're loading a save, load stats. Okay, so here's stats. Great. That makes sense. There's some kind of default stats, right? Yeah, default game state string. So I think what I want to do is iterate through the converted JSONs. Yeah, let's do this. Default save. Raw save object. That's an object type, right? Fetch game for slot is parse string. Okay, yeah. So that's pre-parsed. So we're gonna parse. Hey, Slav. Pretty good. I'm getting some new features in the pause menu, and as a result, I found an issue with loading old saves. And I want to make sure that the game can properly handle loading a newer version. Like if I add a new system, I don't want to go back and like edit the code in every place that references that. I would love for things just to work. And so we're going to build a little system that's going to not convert the save files, but gently massage the data into the right shape. And then after that, we'll see. We'll see. For property in default save.stats, print property. I just want to see, does this give me the value I expect? Like, am I seeing the right sort of stuff I would expect to see here? That looks good. That looks good. Yep. It's all these property names. Good. So that's giving me the property names. Now what we're going to say is, after pulling the data from the save file, if stats, if property is not in our stats, then we're gonna add whatever it is from the default. So we're gonna do, I think this is how we can interact with the dictionary here. We're gonna do this. All right. Cool. So now, load from save, yet again. Same save as before. This time, before we actually dive in, let's look at our remote view and check our game manager stats. We should now have a recipe. Yep, there it is. We now have a recipe tab, or a recipe list. So that when I give myself a strawberry, and okay, so here's what we got. The new feature is the list of recipes. It's all shadowy, can't see anything. But if I cook a strawberry, get a smoothie, and now look at my recipe tab again. There, we did it. Okay, that was a simple feature. A simple feature, but important one. And so now the game tracks which things you have cooked. For those sickos who want to complete everything that the game tracks, they can now see how many recipes they have not yet cooked. Yay. This was already in the game, believe it or not. This is in the demo. Not this menu, obviously, but the being able to cook items into other items is in the game. I think there are only 3 things you can cook, and one of them is the fail state for cooking something that doesn't cook. That's okay, that's something we need to handle. How do we manage that as a recipe? I think I know. Get all recipes. We're gonna append one final fake recipe. Which is going to be similar to this. It's just going to be result mistake. Okay. And temporarily, let's override revealed. I don't see it. I don't show it. Reveal your streak. Go on, show the class. There it is, and it doesn't show anything there. Perfect. All right, we got it. New tab. Done. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I don't have any songs picked out for you to make. There's going to be a very challenging one for chapter 4 that's going to push you into some difficult territory, Casual. And I don't know, so we're a ways off from chapter 4. We're months away from starting chapter 4. You're not that far off, Mac. You're not too far off. It's not actually going to be a rap song, but oh my gosh, 10 streak. Thank you, Casual. Okay. I have the general implication of an idea for the plot of chapter 4. And a major plot point is a musical rock concert. Of a penguin band. Like a penguin pop band or something. I don't know. Like a pop idol kind of thing. Not with actual lyrics, but with some kind of voicing that emulates that there is someone singing. She is a penguin pop star. Lyrics, anyway, are allowed. But I'm going to end up being picky. No, there's no actual singing. There's no actual singing going on. It'll be like maybe using beatbox or something. We'll go over it and like make a fake vocal track using like sliding pitch. Okay. But this is going to be one of the ones I'm going to be picky on. It should be. And I have plans for this penguin. They will not be the chapter 4 partner, but they will look almost identical to the chapter 4 partner. And that's going to be the gag. There's going to be a recurring gag with the penguins. No, the lead penguin will have no color, no hair, because the lead penguin is a penguin. And I don't want to go straight up Yoshi's Island Bumpty, but I don't not want to go straight up Yoshi's Island Bumpty penguins, because that is a good penguin design. They're just a little plump blob with a face, and it's really good. I'm going to be trying very hard not to just wholesale steal that. Understandable. Okay. Recipe tab done. Okay. Next. Let me check what that poll was. We did a poll earlier for what to work on, and I didn't even use the results because there weren't any strong feelings. How much time we got? About 45 minutes. Okay, recipes list done. Easy. Do we work on fast travel, more enemies, or the minecart minigame? There were no writing options. Those are the remaining 3 options. The 4th option was recipe. and I just decided to go with that because I had a little bit of momentum on the pause menu stuff. Yeah, you can see the recipe stuff. Actually, you're not going to really see it because it's going to be grayed out. Wow. Actually, if I edit this code just a little bit. There we go. And now I repause. Wow, recipes. There you go. Minecart recipe percent. Some people are gonna try. I have to reward people who get all the recipes, of course. I don't know with what, but. And that's hard for me because I did not really care for getting all recipes in these games. I think the cooking was better in Bug Fables because it felt like more experimentation was rewarded and things felt more natural. Like in Thousand Year Door, it's like cooking a fire flower. That doesn't seem like a good idea, does it? But then in Bug Fables, it's like cooking water and honey. Okay, cooking seed and mushroom. Sure, I don't know what that'll do, but that sounds reasonable. You can still fail to cook in Bug Fables. In fact, it's a major mechanic because you can actually cook the mistake to get a big mistake, which is an item that reduces your health to 1 and poisons you, which is kind of big because you can combo that with a bunch of badges, no, not badges, medals that give you powerful buffs when you are at low health and when you are poisoned. So it's like, it's a great combo setup. Secret boss battle, the chef. But anyway, there's our recipe system. I still, in the back of my mind, I'm still considering the idea that late game you will earn an option to cook in the field probably using energy, so it won't be free. But having that as an option, I think, is pretty big. Because in Thousand Year Door, that was the pain. Is like you could be halfway across the world. It's like, nope, the only place you can cook is this one spot in the hub town. So every time you want to cook an item or try out an experiment with different items, you got to go all the way back. And that sucked. Bug Fables at least had 3 different places you could cook. It's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. So I think a late game item where you can cook from the pause menu would be pretty nice. Right. What are we doing? Fast travel. Yeah, let's go with that. You've already got snow? Oh gosh, I better check the weather. Fast travel. We're not supposed to get it for a while, but it'll come eventually. When it's good and ready. Nah, we still got a while. Okay, fast travel. It's gonna be a boat. Okay? It's gonna be a boat. And it's a certain boat. No, the boat doesn't exist yet, but I've been saving this dock for just such an occasion. Foreshadowing. This was here for a reason. Haha, you suckers. we're gonna have a little boat captain who's going to let you fast travel around. So we need to flavor this a bit. So the idea is you're gonna talk to the captain, who will presumably just be standing on the dock. I don't want to force the player to like try to jump onto a boat. Just talk to the captain. It's fine. We'll handle the rest. How are we going to handle the rest? Okay, it shouldn't be possible to screw it up that badly, but okay, maybe you have to get on the boat and then talk to the captain. Or maybe, you know what? No, maybe the boat is just like a little model and you can't actually get onto it. It's just like you talk to the captain and then there's an animation where you jump into it, but it's pretty much just like you disappear and the boat kind of like does a little wobble animation and makes a noise, and that's you getting on the boat. So you'll talk to the captain, you'll select a place. You will have limited. You'll have to get to the place first to unlock the fast travel point. This would be a good money sink. Right now, there's not a lot of good places to spend your money. Would be pretty cool if you actually had to pay to unlock these. I guess kind of like the Silk Song Bellways, but less expensive. Because the money is a lot easier to come by, and you don't lose the money here. That's really the difference. There's less to spend in this game. Like, items are cheap. Like, the items at the shop are like 5 or 6 bits to buy. The modules are expensive to buy from the shop, but that's not going to be your main way of acquiring modules anyway. Those are going to be kind of like they're going to be kind of offshoot things. But this will be a good place to spend some of that money that you've earned. So I think the idea is this one is open already, but the captain can't get here because of reasons. You see, friends, the captain's going to be up here. This was the original design for Chapter 1, but I cut it due to time constraints on getting the demo out. This area right here, we're going to move these snails out of the way and have like a little, I don't know, some kind of little mini dock here. We're going to bring this river out perhaps a bit. So you're going to help out the captain here with something. The idea is you come out of this fight with old Jeremiah, and I don't want you immediately going into more fights. I want there to be a safe spot. So the idea is you help the captain here, not in combat. You just help him get his ship unstuck or something. And if you do that, he can fast travel you back to Frogtown. Perfect place to save your game, heal, buy more items, and then you can fast travel back and continue this area. We can actually add a new room to stretch this zone a little bit if we want to. The little path back to back towards the fort, which was part of the original plan. It wasn't supposed to be 2 battles and then you're there. It's just I needed to get the player back to Frogtown safely, so that's why we did it the way we did it. So yeah, we can expand Chapter 1 a bit, which is fun, probably. I think it's good. Even if it's just a room with some snails to fight by the river side, that's plenty. So you'll rescue the captain here. I don't know who the captain is going to be. Probably not a frog. There's been enough frogs. We need something a little bit more traveling. Something that definitely would not like water or something that would like water. Either way. Either way can be reasonably funny. Not a cat, because cat's a cat. So then what you need is every aside from this one in Frogtown, squirrel. That is not something I think of in either capacity. Aside from this first dock and the one where you unlock fast travel, the other fast travel zones you will have to pay to unlock, and that will look like a little coin-operated something or other with a mechanical flag or something. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. But we'll figure it out. I just realized I'm not going to get anything more done tonight. I just felt it in my bones. Fast travel is a thing. So fast travel needs to be a node that can be deleted if you don't have fast travel unlocked. If you have fast travel unlocked, then the boat will always be there. The boat will always be there when you get to the room. When you unlock a fast travel zone for the first time, there'll be a short cinematic where the boat shows up and the captain says something, and then that's that. I guess it'll be like a... paddle boat. Paddle boat would be fun. Paddle boat would be great, just because big gears are fun, and this is a very gear-centric game. No, not a fish. I like where your head's at, but it can't be a fish for plot reasons that I'm not getting into. The fish are their own thing. Snake. Funny in its own right, but the snakes are too central to Chapter 3. It would draw questions. We'll find it. We'll find it. The correct... A horse. Because you can't lead a horse to water. There's something there. Okay, hang on. There's the vague shape of a joke there. Can't leave a horse to water. Paddle boat or saddle boat. There's something there. Oh, there's two things already. Okay, we're doing another horse. This makes sense that the horses are all about transportation. You see, there's the pilot, there's the driver with the cart, and now there's going to be a captain. Perfect. It's a horse, 100%. And he'll have a big captain's hat and speak with a pirate accent. You know, the pirate accent. Okay, there we go. We need a... All right, this will be a nice little creative thing then for us. We're going to do a paddle boat. An eye patch, but it keeps... Okay, so here's the fun thing with the eye patch, and I'm okay with this because it's actually funnier this way. The way our engine works, you're not ever going to have different sprite assets for facing left versus facing right. So every time he turns around, his eye patch is going to be on a different side. And I think that's beautiful. And this also works out pretty well for Chapter 5/6. Chapter 5 and 6, I'm not sure which one's going to be which. I'm kind of back and forth a bit these days on whether Chapter 5 and 6 are kind of switching places in my head. Okay. 2 eye patches. He's not blind. But he's just an overachiever. And he's really into the pirate aesthetic. And he's holding hooks. No, I don't think he could have hooks on his hooves. Hoof, hook. Oh, there's another one. It just works. All right, it was meant to be. All right, let's make a boat, I guess. So how is this gonna work? We're gonna start out with a mirror modifier, just to keep it symmetrical on the x-axis with clipping. There we go. Okay, so now we have one. Okay. Boat. Paddle boat, but like a goofy looking one. Like we're gonna go, the proportions on this are gonna be all wrong, but in the best way. Paddle boat, big riverboat, big paddle riverboat. Yeah. Do we want the paddle on the back or the sides? Both seem valid. But I think I can do more with it on the side, perhaps. Come on, show me some more pictures of old paddle boat riverboats. Exactly. Paddle riverboats. I want to see some big paddle riverboats. All the ones I'm seeing have the paddle on the back. Did that just turn out to be the best way to do it? Why am I thinking of paddles on the side? Historic. There we go. There's one with it on the side. Yeah, that just doesn't seem as common. Huh. Maybe I'm thinking of the introduction to Thousand Year Door. But I don't remember if that one had a paddle or if it was just a little steamboat. Look at those posies! Wow. So let's just add a big cylinder. 32? Sure. Actually, how big is the riverboat's paddle? Let me see some of these here. Okay, about a 22.5 degree, which would imply 16. So 32 would probably be actually quite nice for this. Rotate on Y. Okay, so it's just a big old paddle somehow. No, he's not actually a pirate, of course. That would be ridiculous. Okay, how do we make... The paddle is definitely smaller, it looks like, than the boat. Yeah, most of these are just kind of like, it's this weird, just awkward shit. Like the paddle is just like really just hanging out on its own, way back, just attached. Okay, so we're gonna say that Y0 or Z0 is the water surface, in which case this needs to be like barely in the water, apparently. Huh. Okay. Gosh, that's weird. Okay. Huh. Scale, but not on Z. No, Alt S. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of that. I mean, obviously this doesn't look like a boat yet. It's too early for that level of detail. Hang on. What am I doing? What am I doing? Boat, 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 boat. Oh, I see. I see what I need. How to get it. Okay, that's a good start. Sure. Okay. Right? Like that, yeah? Okay, we're getting somewhere. Am I just reinventing Benchy? The 3D printer benchmark? That's what it feels like here. Okay. Decent start. The paddle is still weird here. Still don't love that. This sink down a bit. I feel like we need windowy bits here. Oh, see, that's gonna be an awkward one. Great. What is this? What is this? What is this? How did that get here? Oh, okay. I don't love that. I don't like that at all. Oh, I see. I see how that happened, and I do not love it. Can we just merge these? Yeah, I don't like that there's a face there. There shouldn't be a face there at all. Can I delete that face entirely? Yes, as it turns out I can. Well, what is this now? What is that? What face is this? That's not a face. That is gonna be tricky. Delete that face. So what is this? What am I seeing here? I see an edge change. Oh yeah, I am. I don't know how. Oh man, topology is looking bad over here. Oh yeah, there's definitely some kind of weird seam or something. All right, hold on. Just back up until we didn't extrude. Everything went wrong when we extruded. Oh no, I can't back up enough. We're stuck with it. We're stuck with it this way. All right, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that extrusion was a bad idea. Hey, Ruby. Making a boat. Not a very good boat, but we're hoping to make it a better boat. That's the tricky part, though. Okay, I can still fix this. Famous last words. We're gonna delete all these vertices. We're gonna delete all these vertices. Chip, hello, help! I'm breaking my geometry. Losing my geometry. How was stream? Welcome in, everyone from Big Boy Games. I can fix this. I can fix this. Boom. It's fine. Don't look at my hello. This is what my game looks like. Hello. Geometry crash. It's more like it. Hello, everyone. If you haven't seen my game, this is my game. Ignore the get the up there. Oh, I saw the self-organizing research tree. I love research trees. I hate how much I love them. Yeah, I realized halfway through that I was basically just rebuilding the 3D printing benchmark boat, Benchy. Hello. Tonight, what we worked on is adding some new things to the pause menu. The demo only has one available option on the databank tab, which is just the list of every enemy you've scanned and their stats and everything. But now we've added the module panel that lets you browse the modules you've unlocked, as well as recipes for all the recipes that you've cooked. And it works. It actually, it's cool. I think it's cool. I'm personally quite partial to it. So now, when you go in, hang on, I just turned on all the recipes. There we go. So it shows you oh yeah, you add this to that. And I'm realizing this plus is really small compared to the other things, but there's a lot of different recipes for chapter 1 and 2. Even though you can't access the items you need for it. Characters and sprites of the 3D world. I mean, it's not my idea, of course. I lifted it from Paper Mario. That's the inspiration for the game. That and Bug Fables, which I think is one of the best Paper Mario-likes out there. It is not... Yeah, it's not pure Billboard. Hang on, before I forget, I gotta remove that code. It's not pure Billboard. It's actually a mess. And I'm gonna soapbox about it because we're not actually gonna get much of anything else done tonight. It is a Sprite 3D with some caveats. And I've got a video. I've got a video here somewhere to show why I had to do some of the terrible things that I did. OBS. Maybe I don't have the video anymore. I might not have the video anymore. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so here's the problem. Here's the problem with Sprite 3Ds. There's a weird... Oh, wait, actually, think I know where to look here. I'm gonna find this because it's important. Yeah. It's let's see here. There's an issue with opaque prepass. Let's see, not the shadow culling. Oh, that's something completely different. Okay, yeah, I think I did finally delete it. So the issue, I know I've got the video somewhere. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. No, there's something really weird about the angle that you look at sprites. You lose the smooth anti-aliasing in some cases if you're not careful. And it's really stupid. Man, I can't believe I did finally delete that. Because I was finally like, okay, I don't need to show anyone else this. I finally have explained it enough times. No, there's this issue where if you have two sprite 3Ds, maybe I can recreate the issue here. Give me a sprite 3D. Sprite 3D. Duplicate it. Let's pick a PNG that has a little bit of transparency along the edges. I mean, ideally, it'd be the, there we go. All right, this will be fine. So initially the idea was have sprite 3. Okay, ignore the fact that you get this mess. That can be fixed, of course, by doing opaque prepass, and also you get shadows. But look at this. All right, you ready? Watch how this. Watch how this overlaps. So you got this nice edge here. It's blended in. The alpha layer. It's a very thin layer of non-opaque pixels. But you can see right here it kind of blends in very nicely. But as I turn the camera, watch what happens to that little layer. Boom. Uh-oh. 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 Come on. Pop. Yeah. I think it's the AABB fighting a little bit, because at that angle, technically the center of this sprite, the back sprite, is technically closer to the camera than the front sprite, just because of the difference in the angle. But that's really bad. It's like, it's okay if all of your sprites are like neatly stacked front to back, but that's not how I'm building these out. These things are a lot of different pieces. Like, the body is a piece, the head is a piece, the eye, the mouth. Oh, actually, the eyes and mouth are one piece, but you get the idea. So, how did I fix it? Yeah. It thinks that, yes, that should be in front and that should be in back. It's like, well, yeah, but I don't need that. That's not how I want it to do. But I came up with a solution that actually works really good for me and also helps deal with any accidental pieces of sprites cutting in front of other sprites when they get close. This may sound like performance would be really bad, but it's not. Surprisingly, performance has been really good, and I think it's because of the fact that we're going 2D to 3D instead of vice versa. And that is, it's being done with sub-viewports. Yay! So, yes! No, hear me out. Hear me out. Yes, sub viewports. Would you think like, oh, well, that's awful. That's going to be doing like a whole camera transform. No. It's actually fine. It's actually fine. Everyone, your concerns are valid, but not to worry. I'm really pleasantly surprised by the performance of sub viewports for this. Now, there are some things that I have gone back because I'm doing them in bulk. So I have specifically not done this technique for crowds. When I have a crowd of sprites that I need, I go out of my way to do them outside of my normal system to make them just sprite 3Ds, dead simple as possible. Don't let them get close enough to anything where you can get Z fighting, and we're fine. But yeah, because we're doing the 2D art stacking in a sub viewport. No. They are rendering every draw call. And you'd be thinking, oh, well, you got your frame rate must be dipping. No, I'm getting like 600 frames per second. We're good. We're fine. The actors, this isn't like a massive crowd of people, of little characters running around at any given time. Sick quick time events. Oh, we're gonna have some sick quick time events. All right, you're gonna love it. How big is the texture? Tiny. Okay, this one is pretty big, but it's the player, so it's gonna be big. Let's see here. This one, for instance, is an enemy. This is 500 by 500. For this little guy. This happy fella. Go ahead, show us your idle animation, buddy. There you go. Oh, the sub viewport. Oh, gotcha. No, that one's running 512 for this guy. Some of them are running bigger, some of them are running smaller, but in an average battle scene, you're gonna have like maybe 6 actors out on the field. Even in a crowded town scene, we're dealing with like maybe a dozen. I don't know what the biggest scene is gonna be yet, but it's not been that bad. All right, stop dancing. Dude, we're done with you. We're done with you as well. But yeah, no, it's been fine. Also, welcome in if I didn't say it, doggy. It's good to see you. When are we gonna get when do we get some news on Bold Bogey, huh? When's that? When are we gonna see any release date trailer or anything? My hardware's not even that recent. I haven't even replaced any of this hardware for the last like 6 years, and it wasn't even top of the line then. It was like low end of mid tier, I think. 6. He said that number. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. That was the other thing that I wanted to do, the sound effect collection, or the music collection. Nope. I'm doing like absolutely nothing to improve performance yet. And it is still fine. There's going to be a pass of performance checks at some point through this. We haven't reached it yet. What I'll end up doing is just like looking through the entire game and monitoring FPS and seeing like, hey, this room, it's dropping to 500 frames per second. Better take a look. And we'll just run from there. We're not getting anything else done tonight. Oh, I didn't tell you guys the plan. The plan for the soundtrack cassette minigame. It'll either be cassettes or like vinyl records, but I'm leaning towards cassettes. because why not? It's a little bit Celeste, maybe. Maybe a little bit too Celeste. So in the same vein as having a little collection screen for all the modules in the game and all the recipes that you can get, we need more recipes. We'll have more recipes, we just don't have many items yet. In addition to all that, we're gonna have one for music tracks. I'm leaning towards after chapter 2. We're gonna give you access to a shop in the hub world where there's like a little music shop, but all the music's been stolen. You gotta help me. They ran off and stole the music, and I don't know. We'll do some kind of pun with soul music or something, because the music has left on its own accord, perhaps something like that. And starting at that point, when you go out into an area and an enemy spawns, one enemy per room tops has a chance to spawn with little music particles around it, little music notes, and like music staff and stuff. And if you go and fight that enemy, then one of the enemies that spawns in the battle, so we get into a battle, we're going to randomly replace one of the enemies in that battle with a new enemy type. And it's going to be like music note or treble clef kind of stuff. There's going to be, I'm going to try and make like a variety of them, like 3 of them or so. There's going to be a new enemy type called the Treble Makers. It's very important that they're called Treble Makers. And the idea is that you do not want to kill them. You want to record the music. So you do your best to keep them alive in the fight by not using area of effect stuff. Maybe the enemies can target it. I don't know. And so you're like, name of the boys' team in Pitch Perfect. I mean, possibly, but it's too good of a pun to pass up. Look, if Newton and Leibniz can independently come up with calculus, me and Pitch Perfect can independently come up with the pun Treble Makers. So somehow there's going to be some system where there's like new enemy in the battle that normally wouldn't be there. Exactly. And rather than the enemy being hard to defeat, that's not going to be the case. It's going to be actually relatively easy to defeat if you just want to not engage with the quest. If you don't want to engage with the quest, it's not going to inconvenience you. But if you do, then the idea is you need to let the enemy attack you, and rather than the normal case of an enemy attacking you wherein it does a thing and you block, and that's the mini game. Oh, block. Instead of that, instead of blocking, it's instead going to have a much bigger mini game going on wherein a big music staff is there and you have to press up or down to bend to the top or the bottom or release for the middle, and then press like A button, B button at the right time as it passes by the screen. A very, very rhythm game mini game. And doing this will fill up a little meter that persists between attacks. So the next time it attacks, the meter will still be at the same level. And once you get it all the way full, you have captured the song, and I don't know, maybe the enemy explodes and takes all the other enemies with it. So it can only happen in like regular battles, not in boss battles, of course, or scripted battles. And if you do that, then the enemy will drop a soundtrack cassette. And then that will get added to your pause menu list of songs. And I guess from there you should be able to play it from the pause menu. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. And then if you return to the shop, you will get rewards for various numbers of cassettes unlocked. So once you have unlocked 5 of the songs, you'll get like a rare module, and then once you get to 10, you get like I don't know, a bob, some bits and bobs. That's the idea. There'll be tiered rewards, so it won't be like, oh, every time you get one, you get some kind of reward. No, it's like you got to get to a certain level. And the only songs that will appear are the ones that you have heard in the game, but have not yet unlocked in your save file. So there you go. There's my pitch. It's gonna be interesting, but as usual, it's a small idea with a lot of work behind it. The dumb idea was just like, oh, you know what? There's a lot of music in the game that Casual's been working on. I would like a place for the player to be able to listen to the different tracks and maybe like do some kind of quest to collect them. That could be fun. And then it's evolved into this like, oh, you gotta track down the treble makers across the land, look for the telltale signs of their presence. Let's see, how many different tracks are in the game so far? Now that I think about it. And yeah, I'm not sure on the rates for how many we should have. Like how many fights you should have to do on average. Four, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. We have 42 music tracks so far. We're about half... no, we're not halfway through. We've got, like, one of the songs for Chapter 3 in here so far. So that's Chapter 2 only. Chapter 2, Chapter 1, and the opening prologue stuff. Admittedly, this includes things like the level up jingle, item get jingle. So let's take out like 7 or 8 of those as being like very short one-off songs. And still, that's still a lot. That's still a lot of tracks so far. So I think the final game is going to be upwards of 60 or 70 songs available for unlock. Yeah. So it should be, I don't know how often you should find them. And I don't know if it should be area dependent, because there's some songs that are like, okay, this song would only play in Chapter 1, this song would only ever play in Chapter 2, that kind of stuff. So maybe you should only find those songs when you are in Chapter 1 areas versus Chapter 2 areas. Allow repeats. I think you should always, like, if you get a cassette, it should always be one you don't have. I think getting the same one multiple times would get really annoying, like, probably the first time it happens, but definitely by the second. Where are we heading for a raid? I gotta get out of here. It's about time for some sleep. Dove is doing Core Keeper. Small is doing some dev work, so probably Small. I did just raid Small, but I'm not against raiding him again. Anybody else? Let me double check and see if there's anyone else on that I might not have on my follow list that I would be wanting to raid into. All right, while we're winding down, let's talk scheduling. I will be back on Sunday. Yeah, let's raid small. I will be back on Sunday, unless the power goes out from snowstorms. We'll see what happens. Normal schedule is Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. However, this week we have a special stream Thursday morning. We're going to try and do a really quick 2D game project from the ground up. We're going to build a little platformer, I guess, and just see, because I haven't played around with tile maps, and I think I need to learn tile maps. Not for this game, obviously. But I'd just like to kind of know the ins and outs, because I've got a lot of 2D games I want to kind of hash out, like do some like remaster stuff on some of my older things that I've done. And Godot seems like a good choice. It's light, it's easy, it's quick. I have heard good things about AutoTile, if we can set it up. I think the first pass we're going to do is not going to be any kind of tiling, like join tiling stuff. It's just going to be like grid, you know what I mean. Very simple, like 1-bit kind of art. We'll make it simple to start with. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. I hope to see you all for Thursday. It's the anniversary stream, and we'll do a fun project. It'll be cool. Okay, bye.